Guys, I got a lot of questions on a video I made earlier in the week. It had to do with the most awkward of conversations between a fake Joe Rogan pretending he was happy to have The Rock in studio and a fake The Rock pretending he was happy for Joe Rogan. It was just these two incredible hours of awkwardness between two guys that weren't great at hiding the awkwardness. And I want to bring that to you. I have to do things that I don't want to do as well. I think we all understand that to a degree. But what was so unique about it is neither of them wanted to bring up what was awkward, and it just seems like it'd be helpful. Right? If I'm doing an interview and I'm bringing it to you guys, the exchange here is I'm going to make it as entertaining as I can. You're going to give up your time and give it a shot to see if it was entertaining. That is the exchange. That is our exchange. Whatever business goes on, whatever I can charge and whatever I can get for it, I'm not going to charge you. So that's my business. Keep it to myself. We have a deal, though. And Joe Rogan, who's the biggest podcast on earth, versus The Rock, who's the biggest star in Hollywood, having a beef that they're electing to settle would seem to be one of the great topics out there. And there was hurt feelings, and there should have been. And there was a conversation that needed to be had. And they had it in front of us. But they didn't bring the subject matter. I made a piece on this. I told you how awkward it was to watch these two famous, successful, rich men pretending to be happy for the other one's fame, success, and richness. And when Joe Rogan was at his absolute lowest and they tried to cancel him, which isn't so much a thing anymore. I haven't heard quite as much about that, but it was red hot at that time, and they came for him. Some very calculated and organized groups with massive funding. That part of the story has never even come out for you guys. You think it was just some random person brought this up and got it on the internet and it went viral. Well, it wasn't that at all. It was an extremely calculated effort. And the reasons behind it were wildly political. And this is okay, but that's powerful stuff. Politics and money, these are powerful things. This is a little Joe Rogan. And they came to cancel him. All of his efforts and all of his hard works and all of his contributions and everything he's done and everything he's built. And there's a coordinated effort to take it away. That's tough. Can we agree? That's a tough moment. And in that moment, the biggest star in Hollywood, The Rock, piled on. Joe Rogan was being called amongst the worst things that a man can be called, a racist. They are calling his character into question, and if they succeed in canceling him, that will be an interpretation throughout time that he was, in fact, a racist, and his character will be diminished forevermore. There's no running it back. There's no bringing it back later and saying, hey, we were a little strong on him. It's not the way that works. And The Rock did not use the R word, in all fairness. He did not call him a racist, but he called him a racist. There's no two ways about it. Be a man about it. He called him a racist. And he tried to cancel him. Joe took his little notes, right? If you follow this story even from a distance, he's giving receipts and he'll mention a comment here and there about The Rock being on steroids and never reference that I bring this up because of what he did to me and he tried to ruin my whole career and I'm just giving him a quick zinger. Never do that, but there are little receipts over time. And there is something fundamentally different about the way that Joe Rogan approached it, which was the truth and without a denial and a correction or attempted correction of his past that won't happen again in exchange for you understanding the different context. There was nothing that was dishonest about what Joe did. But what Joe is saying The Rock did, which is steroids, is something that The Rock has denied. His father denied, his uncles denied, the whole family's denied. It's one of those things, we don't touch boys. It's just something that they all, and it wouldn't be overly big deal. In all fairness, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if you weren't out there telling people about nutrition and telling people about your diet, telling people about your workouts. As soon as you start doing that and trying to influence and motivate and bring people along the journey, but you lie to them about the journey, right? I mean, he's Liver King. You're Liver King all over again. It's the exact same thing. You just worked out and you did some movies and you made some cartoons and you went and hit a dropkick every now and then and didn't touch on that, right? We're not in the same debate. And I'm just sharing for you, that is an interesting and hot topic. This isn't criminal. This isn't grounds to be canceled. Really not even giving Rock a hard time. Telling you guys specifically what happened. The Rock took a shot at Joe, which could have canceled and ruined and ended Joe and his family name forever. And then The Rock came and joined Joe. Now, whether they succeeded in their mission to cancel him or not, nothing changed. What Joe had done and what people had said had done, like, that didn't go away. We didn't find out that that was AI and that was fake and that that didn't happen. Oh my God, how did we get duped? It was none of those things. Nothing changed. It all happened. So if you assess that and you decide that's a racist and nothing has happened, why did you come join his show? If you get to the answer, is where you get to the apology, because I don't believe you're a racist. I don't believe any of those things. I never did believe them. It was popular at that time. I got influenced by complete strangers on social media. I wish I would have stayed out of it. And I hope that you forgive me. Boom, we're done. We're done. And now we don't have to go to the other side, because you don't want to go to the other side. The other side is you're on steroids and you lie about it, the same as your entire family has. It's one of these really weird things. We don't even need to bring that up. But I never lied and you came down on me. You lie constantly. I mean, are you sure that you want to do this? And you came and you joined me. And I can't completely make sense of it, in fairness. The Rock wasn't pushing something. There wasn't some kind of a message or agenda. And as well as Joe does, and as big of a star as The Rock is, Joe is audited, and he's audited publicly. You can go look at his numbers. That's not going to do any better or bigger than something else. It's not going to do meaningfully more because this was a bigger star than it's not. But it could have. You could have gone out and you could have done a course of business, but you'd have to have two guys that are willing to come and talk about what our problem is, not acting and making believe that I don't know that you accuse me of steroids. Well, here I am. Do you want to have the conversation? No, I definitely don't, because you know enough about steroids to man. You're gonna get me, and I'm gonna take this lie to the grave. Okay, should we talk about when you tried to get me canceled? This very show you should have come off of the air and should never come back because it's ran by a racist. Should we do that? No, I don't want to do that either. All right. I don't want to be a man here and fess up to the things that I've done. I don't want to be a man and be called out. I don't want to do any of those things. I want to put on cool clothes and I want to walk out and I want everybody to like me. I don't want to have to address actual things. The problem with coming here is you have made a living and you know and you are known for being a man and addressing actual tough things. So I get to be a coward today, but only if you let me be a coward today. And that's what they did for 2 hours and 40 minutes.